Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeley here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. It is Sunday the 18th of January, and a couple of days ago I did look ahead about how to be a forecaster, and I was telling about how not to be pulled apart by each various model run and how not to be pushed this way and that by the latest issuance of various different models, because they're jumping all over the place, from some being warm, some being cold, and they really are causing some confusion, and today's a classic example of it. Models jumping between mild and cold, and really what you've got to do is come up with a story, stick with it, and if it's wrong, then explain yourself away. This was the forecast that we did back in mid-December for the middle part of January. So this is from the 8th until the 14th of January. So this is the up to the end of last week, and you can see that we kind of got the idea of wintry showers on hills in the north. We spoke about the severe gales in the south, which of course did occur at the beginning of last week. We talked about rain, heavy at times, chance of flooding, and that it would turn cooler at times as well. And we got this idea of up and down temperatures, but it was there or thereabouts. We'd probably go with a 7 out of 10 for this one. Now, for the week that's just gone, so the 15th and 21st of January, we've gone for this idea of starting off with severe gales across the north. That kind of was there. We went for rain, some of it heavy out towards the west. We talked about wintry showers following in. So the overall impression was there. We talked about it being milder later, and I think we're going to be a day or two out on this, because there will be some milder air coming in, as we've seen on the models, and we've got this idea of it coming across the north, down towards the south, unsettled start during this period, and then becoming dry later on, and possibly milder later. I don't think that's going to be the case. It looks like that one's going to go for a Burton. The end of January, so from the 22nd onwards, we've gone for it turning colder, northwest winds, colder with a risk of snow. That looks to be there. Colder in the south with some rain at first, then scattered wintry showers later on. Is probably there again, there or thereabouts. I think pinning down the details is pretty difficult, but getting the overall impression of the cold weather, I think we've got to go 7 out of 10 once again. Overall in January, this is what we went for. Higher than normal rainfall out towards the west, also higher than normal towards the east, and we've gone for temperatures of 0.5 degree to 1.5 degrees in the west, 1 to 2 degrees in the east, and we got this idea of the generally westerly winds affecting the flow. Now, so far January, this is how things have turned out. So actually not that bad. The idea of warmer than normal temperatures is there. It's sort of about 0 to 2 degrees above normal, apart from through central parts of Scotland. When we add on the forecast for the next 7 days, starting to drag down a little bit, so actually our accuracy on the temperatures may be going downhill a touch. And the reason for that is this is the forecast temperature anomaly for the next 7 days. And you can see here, look, much of Western Europe really going into colder conditions as these west and northwesterly winds set in. And across Eastern Europe it becomes milder as the southerly winds set in. So overall, this is going to be a tight thing, I think, as to our forecast for January. But the overall idea of it being colder at the end of the month is one, I think, that we probably got right. And also the idea of those very strong winds to start the months was a correct assumption too. So as I say, really I think sticking with the story is probably the best way to go and talk about it being cold for the rest of the month. Although there are going to be 1 or 2 milder interludes in there. Now CFS looks like this. This is the week 1 forecast. It shows the low down to the south, bringing in these northeasterlies. Look, here's the ridge coming in over the top. And remember me telling you about the idea of... sorry, the flow on that would be more like that. I remember telling you the idea that the westerlies would try and break in through Scotland, making things less cold there, and I think that's one that we should stick with. Week 2, looking like this. Deep trough through the UK. Tries to battle out between milder conditions towards the east, towards the west, sorry, colder conditions trying to get in on an east-southeasterly from the east. But notice something really important on that is that if the flow does come in as an east-southeasterly, it's not drastically cold. So I think cool to cold probably sums it up better, although that week 2 forecast stays pretty unsettled across the whole of the UK. Week 3 looking like this, keeps the trough in position, like so. Keeps things unsettled across the country and on the cool to cold side. This still has the chance of snow all written over it, but it would only be short-lived stuff, so it's not going to last for very long at all. But there is the possibility, those of you snow lovers out there, of perhaps seeing something. Not sure to be anything particularly heavy. And then for week 4, more of a westerly flow It's still a cool west to southwesterly flow, but it will make things a little bit milder overall, but temperatures still below normal or around normal for the time of year. So cool look still to the CFS. Winter, it ain't, but I think cool compared to what we've had. So there you go then. I'll leave you with that for now, but whatever you're doing, have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, if you need a forecast for the next couple of days, watch our fast forecast. But for now, thanks again for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.